Welcome back to Dungeons and... Oh, Animats.
Oh god, Dungeons and Animats, that's the new name.
So last time we finished our last side quest with Durance.
Yeah, we finally got his stuff unwound.
I guess there was a little bit we just hadn't talked to him about.
Yeah,
and...
oh god, someone's doing a dance.
Yeah, go around.
Whoa, how'd that guy get there?
There we go. They teleport.
Sorry about that.
How could you?
I did it.
Where are we at? Oh, we're right there. Good. We're using our dagger.
Yeah, stab them all
I
up.
just did 2 damage and 4 damage.
Good job.
Anything that's single digits over their head, you can see is for me.
Oh my god.
Look at
9! 8!
That wasn't us.
7!
There we go.
6! Wait. 6.
Yeah.
I wonder... Just does increasingly less and less damage.
Oh, I just want to find out what it does.
It's probably nothing. Or something super awesome.
Well, yeah, it's going to be one of those two.
It's a 50-50 chance. Might as well see.
I think that's the only mystery that I've had, like, that's unresolved in my mind from this game.
What about the dagger?
Dude, it's like, I want to know. It's
I
the
know.
only soulbound weapon that hasn't, like, been, like, gotten more awesome. It's
Right.
gotten worse.
Excuse me. I hiccuped.
How's she
And then
doing?
I burped.
Still haven't even broken 1,000.
Oh, jeez. We still have more than
It's
500.
not gonna happen.
Can we just, like,
Can you look
find
it up?
someone that regens really slowly?
Can you just
and
look it up?
stab
Look up
them
the
a bunch?
unlabored blade, because we should tell people. I don't think we're gonna see it ourselves. Oh, this also healed us.
You never know.
We have to... It's taken us like 20 episodes to get it to where it's at now.
I know.
Slowly now. I shall do as you ask.
The unlabored
What
blade.
you ask is done.
Oh, gosh, I'm sorry. My nose is all sniffles.
I guess I could... Oh, I can't give it to him because he's not bound to it, so...
You can unbind it, though, remember?
But then it has to start over.
Oh, that's stupid. Enchantment depends on...
Whoa. Oh, it's another one of those towers. Just see, so right now it's at the deal 1500 slash damage point. So just look at what happens after that.
Oh, it does cool stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Can I see?
No!
You want to read it?
It's a secret. Okay. Use the weapon to deal 1500 slash
Oh.
damage. Oh.
Hold
okay.
on.
Pause. Ooh, what's happening? Ooh,
Oh.
Yuvara.
A column of Audra rises above you, stoic and silent, its rigid layers a measuring stick for the passing of ages. Feels as to you like a thick block of ice, and you perceive buried deep in its core a dim flickering flame, all but extinguished, yet preserved against the ravages of the elements. As you approach, the flame seems to steady and draw strength, and the layers separating it from you melt away, and you are bathed in its glow, a bright beacon in the gloom. The glow seems to fade as though you had adjusted to its intensity, and where it was, Iovara seeps into existence, an idyllic shade hovering above the moist prison floor.
Ew,
Moist. Though ageless, she appears somehow different to you now. A slight stoop to her carriage, perhaps, or a trace of sunkenness in her eyes. There's a broad scar across her. Oh, wow, they actually adjusted the portrait, too.
Oh, they did, yeah.
Fibrous and wormy where flames once lapped, unhealed
Yikes.
even in death.
My old pupil. You are a welcome sight, but a worrying one as well. Do you still wander lost in the darkness after all these many years?
Yeah,
You are so
almost.
different now from who you were then, yet much remains the same. Old troubles with a new face. What is it that has brought you here?
You better give me answers, ghost!
Yeah.
I'll cut you!
I will slap your city!
I'm here to free you.
A gallant gesture, if a bit misguided.
Well, fine.
And yet I suspect there is more to this than you have said.
Yes, I'm also here to free Theos.
I didn't know what the correct answer was. Don't make fun of
I
me.
only guess your presence here has something to do with Theos.
Yeah.
The energy.
Really? What made you guess that?
Changes
Whoops.
when he is near. I don't know what he has done, but I do know of the souls that pass through here now. They do not come by choice.
You stopped sipping on your iced
It
tea.
was delicious.
Theos diverted them from the cycle. He seeks to empower Woodica and to blame Animancy for the damage he's caused.
after all this time, he would still stand against the tide.
You knew me when Theos did. There's something I need to know about that time.
I will tell you what I remember.
There's something about that lifetime my soul can't let go of. I need to know what it is, and I'm running out of time. I see moments from that life, of you, of the Inquisition, of Theos.
I can see his influence, still hanging like a weight about your neck. So it always was. He had inspired something in you. We spoke of him the last time you were here also.
Oh.
It was just after the trial. You were agitated. I think because you started to consider that what I was teaching may have been true.
And what was that?
Yovara's mouth tightens and her brow furrows a look of pity. Her eyes shift back and forth between each of yours as if looking for something that would help her decide whether to speak.
That
Tell
the
me.
gods aren't real.
Oh, dang.
Oh. Of course not. It all makes sense now.
Okay.
I'd dreaded the idea from the moment the Delimgon suggested it. And yet, it almost feels like a relief. She's not serious.
Perhaps not to her. Many are those whom the gods have scorned. This is petty retribution.
What I taught was that the gods whose faith we had been spreading were not gods at all, but something else entirely. Something created by people.
Huh.
How did you discover this?
The Anguithan missionaries all knew it, but they never told the rest of us. They meant it to be a secret that died with them. And in the end, they allowed their bloodlines to fade from memory. I had been assigned to join a few of them at a temple. I found the door to their chambers closed, but the room was stone and the door thin. Their voices carried. I heard enough. I investigated the things they spoke of, and everything was there, just as they said it'd be.
Oh, dang.
Later on, after I left the Order, a few Anguithans found my words persuasive and joined my cause. They revealed what I did not already know.
Who created the gods and for what?
They were conceived by Engwith, a society of high minds and broad concerns. Theos's people.
Oh, that makes
In their
sense.
time, every people worshipped its own gods. Sometimes they warred over it. After a few wars of their own, the Anguithans sought an end to it. They devoted all their energy to finding the true creators. Generation after generation, they prodded and worked the stitching of the world and unlocked its secrets. One day, they found an answer. Except the answer was no answer at all. There were no gods to be found. Or if there ever were, they were gone. It shook them, this finding. If they could discover this on their own, how long until others would? How long before war and chaos reigned over a world without consequence? But they had mastered many things in their pursuit of these answers. And with their mastery, they crafted their own gods to fill the void, and sent missionaries to the corners of the world to spread their faith.
It's very interesting.
Yeah. So this is why you started your own faith?
I never thought of it as faith, but I think you are right to call it that. Let the world see. Let them decide.
I don't remember
to
what
do.
her faith is.
That was my faith.
I think she was just starting like a faith about like how there's no
Like
gods
an atheist
at all,
faith,
basically.
essentially.
Yeah.
Okay.
I became a missionary because the gods brought me hope that I wanted to bring to others. For a time, the truth sent me to a dark place. Then the day came when I realized nothing had changed, that I still had a purpose, and the purpose was the same and it was worth living for. I began questioning the other missionaries in public, exposing their parlor tricks. In time, their following became mine.
So is it true what you taught?
You asked me this once before. Nothing I can say would be any proof, and it may be certainty your soul craves. Resolution. But if you are bound for the same place Theos directs these souls, you will see for yourself, as you once did. Everyone faces this truth at one time or another. few confront it. Few have the stomach to ask what if. And in avoiding the question, they deny themselves an identity of their own.
Ooh.
She scans her audience in silence, her eyes thoughtful, lingering on each member of your company in turn, finding interest in things unseen.
It's a big bomb to drop on everyone.
Yeah, no kidding.
Although right after, like, Durance, like,
He's like, never mind, fuck it.
well, he pretty much, like, renounces his god, and now he's like, oh, good, I can kill her easier.
Yep,
What
sweet.
if all the tragedy, all the persecution, came in defense of an imposter?
She's like Galadriel up right now.
Yeah, she looks at Edward.
That's not... That can't be right. Aethys, he's done miracles for people.
The power of the gods is undeniable. The truth of the story they weave is not. What if it were forbidden knowledge rather than fault that earned your doom? What of your guilt?
To Durance.
I have seen with my own eyes the deceptions of my goddess. The Watcher has shown me as much. But it was not until now that I understood how truly desperate she was. The depths of her deception.
You speak of her deceptions, but what of your own?
Oh, dang.
Was it her words that led you down your path? Or was it the absence of her words? A gap that you filled with your own broken thoughts.
Beads of sweat coalesce on Durance's forehead and trickle down the sides of his face in streaming rivulets as though he were a block of ice standing before a great pyre.
What if you had always been alone, without guidance?
Well, as poorly as I've chosen my guides, I suppose it would be a comfort to know that I'm free of
I
them.
like that she's interacting with each
Yeah.
person in our party. It's cool.
The freedom has always been. It was the guidance that was the illusion. What if even mastery over all things cannot answer the most basic of questions?
I stopped asking those questions long ago. It is enough to care for those we love with the time we have in this life.
She's awesome.
Yeah, I like her.
What if the cycle of birth and death is nothing more than a tool of endless preoccupation?
Oh, she sees her as everyone else does. The grieving mother returns Iovar's gaze, nodding her head almost imperceptibly. For a moment, all is silent. Iovar nods back, seemingly moved by some unspoken understanding. You feel the weight of Iovar's translucent eyes upon your soul. What if we can be assured of nothing?
Ooh, okay, let me see what these answers are.
Yeah, here's
This is
some
gonna
good
be
options.
tough.
So,
Okay, then the only value is in the things we create ourselves. Then we'd best build our own strength so we can bear it. Then only when we cease to exist as beings can peace be found. There's things in the way. There you go. Then is the questions that have always posed more value than their answers. Then fewer people who realize that, the better. Then all we can do is endure. Let's see. I don't know.
yeah.
I like number one, actually. Then the only value is in the things we create ourselves.
Verus. We find purpose in ourselves and in the people in our lives.
I like
And in
it.
the lives we create, is this not the essence of motherhood? To create, cherish, nurture, to give of yourself for the sake of another. There is bliss to be found in the things we create, but sorrow as well.
Well, you gotta be a
Every
killjoy about it.
creation
Yeah.
bears the imperfections of its creator, and its creator's creator.
And
Art
its
and
creator's
song are
creator's
creation.
creator.
But so are weapons and lies. We must be careful that our creations do not consume us. I ask these things not to trouble you, but to show why they must be confronted. No answer is simple, but somewhere between them all lies a truth so beautiful, not even a god could conceive it. Do we not owe ourselves a chance to find our part in it?
We do. Even without assurances, there's still truth.
If that is truly what you believe, then you are a far different person than the one I knew. I've
that
been
good or
alone
bad?
here with my
Probably
for
good.
so long.
Because it sounds like the one she knew as a
I found
cultist of
peace in
Theos.
my failures, and with my punishment. I no longer curse fate for what might have been. But there is one thing that has clawed and scraped at my mind all these years. One thing that will not be put to rest until I know. Until I understand.
For the first time, hints of doubt trace her serene visage.
She says,
I need to
how
know
many
why you
licks does
chose
it
to
take
remain with me.
to get to the center of a Tootsie
Even
Pop?
after I've learned the
Three.
truth.
As she asks, the memory springs to your mind immediately as though it had just happened.
Most likely your teachings were a threat to all I believed in.
I never wanted that. I had hoped that what I taught would replace your beliefs with something that made you stronger. For many it did. But not all, it seems.
She shakes her head slowly, absently in search of an answer that never comes.
Sad.
If that is the conclusion people reach once they know everything, then my purpose has been a mistake.
Well, I'm torn between number 1 or 2. That seems a harsh connection to draw.
You were a blank slate to me once. A blank slate that I had taught the wrong things. I'd given you a false faith. I had to know I could undo what I had done. Redirect you to embrace the truth.
Well, I'm fixed now. It's just,
Yeah.
Several lifetimes
I've heard
later.
both sides, seen everything. If not you, then who?
I see your point.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Yeah, you're never going to be able to convince everyone of anything, true or not. There will always be dissent.
I expected dissent. But I needed to know that true faith would prevail. Perhaps I've been wrong to place so much importance on one person's actions. It was all I could do to feel like there was an answer. Even knowing what you've told me, some part of me knows it doesn't truly answer what I wished to know. Nor will an eternity of silent contemplation. I will have only my guesses and suspicions. And that will have to do. And what of your understanding of our past? Are you at ease with the choice you made?
I see the world differently now than I once did. I regret what I did to you and wish your forgiveness.
There is nothing to forgive. The fault was always mine. I led you
Okay,
down the path
bye.
that led to
See ya.
When I tried to steer you back, it was too late. To have taught someone wrong is far worse than to have done wrong yourself. Long have I wished to make amends for this, but the time has long since passed. At first I thought this might be the source
Oh.
of your soul's anguish.
Cool.
Okay.
Now I see I was mistaken.
I'll have to look at that in a bit.
Yeah.
You are not divided on this matter. You have put it behind you. It is with Theos that your agony lies, in sun and shadow. Your questions are not for me, but for him. And it may be that only an answer from the mouth of Theos himself will satisfy your needs. Yet if there is anything I can tell you that would be of use, ask and you shall know.
All right. What do you want to ask?
Do you know what it is I need from Theos?
I could not say for sure. But you have been to Sun and Shadow before, and it came at a crossroads in your life, when much of what you knew had been upended. I have to believe it will come to you there. Your concerns then were of loyalty and trust and the gods. Everything I told you seemed to send you further into doubt. His words mattered to you when you knew him then. After you and I spoke, you went immediately to seek him out. Perhaps you simply sought confirmation from the man you trusted. If something from that time still troubles you, it may be something he told you then, or refused to tell you. He keeps secrets better than any in this world.
How can I get him to tell me what I need to know?
You will not find a more resolute being on all of Aeora. There is no offer you could make, nor spell you could cast, nor pain you could inflict that would make him reveal what he hides. But I see you have become a watcher in this life. Perhaps in defeat, when he can no longer defend himself, you might learn something from him.
Okay.
That's the plan.
Yeah, why has he done all this?
He cares only for the secret he keeps locked away. He destroys anyone who might discover it, no matter their chances.
Okay.
That's why he's always favored Woodica. It isn't in her love of promises or justice. It's her disregard for the rules. Her willingness to do what is necessary. To Theos, she's not a deity, but an ally with which to conspire. When her power waxes, She does as she pleases with this realm, as well as hers. And she wants that secret guarded as much as he. If Theos succeeds, there will be a shift in the balance of power among the gods. Woodica was vanquished once, when the other gods decided she had gone too far, and her power diminished. With this infusion...
But you told me there weren't any gods!
Well, yeah, they're all like, I guess, powerful spirits or something. Or they are like kind of gods, but they weren't responsible for like creating the world or whatever.
Right. Okay. This place, Sun and Shadow, what is it?
I can tell you what I believe, but again, it would be no proof. I have only what I've seen and what others have told me about it. There's only one man who can tell you now, who knows it to a certainty, and you shall face him soon enough. I'll leave you to see it for yourself, make your own judgments. Better for your soul that way, I think.
Are you bound here until the end of time?
In a matter of speaking. This is Braeth Yamen, the court of the Penitents. Souls are confined here until they repent. They must beg the forgiveness of a god, pledge their soul to them, and they will be lifted from this place to the world above. In truth, they receive leniency, but not true mercy. The spite of Woodica is eternal. They linger above, at the side of the old court, and are not permitted to leave the island, forever severed from the sight.
Aww.
That sucks.
Rude.
Prison was full once in the days of the Inquisition. But time weathers all things, even will. I'm the only tenant who remains. Yet, I feel their presence strongly now, as it was in the beginning. You have brought many of them here. They cry out for the judgment of Theos. You have struck some bargain with the gods, then.
Guess the other gods aid me because they want Theos destroyed. I owe them no debt.
They aid you because they would bend you to their own purposes. Engwith built gods from ideals, and an ideal on its own is a grotesque and vicious thing.
That was the wrong answer then.
Well, it's not necessarily. She's just pointing out. She's like, make sure you're careful, because like, I guess Ingwith. I mean, it kind of fits why each god has their own like area of expertise. Is that they picked a few ideals and then built the gods around them.
But these souls, these forgiven, the gods have bequeathed you like chattel.
Excuse me.
They were loyal followers in life. They will be with you to the very end.
And why don't you repent? You could be free of this place.
Last time someone asked me that, I was bound to an iron wheel with a broken spine.
Yeah, makes sense.
There are many things I've come to doubt about the choices I made in life. But that trial was my one moment of certainty. Even without a chorus of gods to tell me I had been right. The gods need to be reminded that we have a spirit, and that spirit is proof against their power. They have the power to manipulate and confuse and ruin us, but not to change our will. I will remain here until the world crumbles and fades from existence, with joy in my heart, knowing I've shown them what they truly are.
How do you speak Adirian?
Yeah. I speak no language now but the wordless expressions of the spirit. It is through my connection to you that I am able to draw upon your words and form them as my own.
Okay, I gotta go now. Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Theos will not wait for you. If you do not catch up to him now, you may never find him again.
Alright, let's see. The gods have given me the souls of their forgiven. If you repent, you could join with them. Help me strike the final blow. Your defiance here is an illusion. You're a slave to the gods, bound to their rules, stuck in their system. Your continued existence is proof of the gods' dominion over all of us. If you hadn't planted doubt in my mind long ago, I'd be living a normal life right now.
Before I go repay you for this curse.
No. Okay. Huh.
Your call.
Well, I don't want her to repent if she doesn't want to.
Bum, bum, bum.
Bum, bum, bum.
Well, you know what? How about we make this decision next time?
Okay.
Alright.
Bye!
Bye, guys. Cliffhanger.